All right. Today on the disconnect, I'll talk about taxing the wealthy, taxing the rich. The disconnect here is pretty much on what side of the issue you stand on. Your general politics. If you're like more conservative, and you hear a Democrat talk about taxing the wealthy, you're thinking that they're talking about taxing the working man, taxing you, taxing the middle class. And at times, yes, they kind of are because you could kind of afford it. You shouldn't have to, and it's the tax system in America is pretty unfair. But at the same time, and most of the time, when you hear a tax, if you really think about it, and if you really listen when the Democrats or liberals attack the wealthy, they're talking about the like upper 1%. They're talking about the very rich, the guys who like hide their money, the guys who have more money than they know what to do with. That's who we're truly talking about. We're not talking about taking away the working man's money. We're not talking about taking away the the guy who has a house and he's making mortgage payments. No, we're talking about the guy who owns the houses on your block. Those are what and who Democrats are mostly attacking. Like the conservatives, like they've got it in their head that we're talking about taxing, the normal well off. No, we're talking about the very rich. And when we say don't pay their fair share, like I never liked that concept, but at the same time, if you got a bunch of money, you've got enough money to save money, and you're kind of cheating what you were originally supposed to pay. Like the poor do a lot to protect your money. At the same time, if you're very rich, I mean, like we hold back revolutions. Hell, we fight in your wars so that you can make more money. So like that's the disconnect right then and there. Like if you're making over 500,000 a year, you probably get bit by this. But at the same time, if you're making over 500,000 a year, you can probably afford to pay a little extra. It's messed up, but it's kind of what we're talking about, or what liberals and Democrats are talking about. We're not talking about guys who are making less than that. We're talking about the very rich. So that's where like the whole disconnect in that matter comes in. And yeah, taxation is theft. I'm not going to like argue uh, the you know the ifs and afs about it. It's just that it is what it is, but you could afford it, especially if you're extremely wealthy. If you're upper middle class and you're feeling like a little extra percent, then be happy that you are in that bracket, that you made it that far in life. Okay, there's not much of a disconnect there, but it's just liberals are talking about taxing the very wealthy, not the middle class.